to the 12th dimension. I'm Jo and she is Nick. Oh God, all funny now. And this evening we will be talking to your normal hosts, Deb and Andy, about certain questions and what they think of certain things. So enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 12th dimension.
Hello.
Hello.
So, special Friday. You've got our Jojo and Nicname in the chat. We're going to be taking over the questions to Andy and Deb tonight.
Yes.
They've had to do a bit of homework, but hopefully there's a bit of group participation a bit later on. Yeah, Andy's not written his homework down.
Well, I did have it wrote down.
Right.
I did have it wrote down.
We'll see in a minute, shall we?
Yeah.
But Mr. Zuckerberg deleted it all. True
story.
You're
blaming him for everything, Andy.
Yeah,
this was months ago. Drop it.
For holes in my socks and everything.
Fair enough.
That's definitely him.
So we've chosen a topic for each, and it's something that we don't cover often, but I thought they were quite good topics, aren't they, Joe?
Yeah.
So Andy's got haunted objects, and we're giving Deb witches.
Yes.
So, any questions in the chat as they're going along as well? So, who would like to start? Should we start ladies first? We'll start with Deb.
That'll be me then.
Yeah. Andy, big girl's blouse. So, you want to know about witches, do you?
Yes.
We do.
I have to read my notes, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
But
Amateurs.
What?
Amateurs.
You're very disruptive.
Sorry.
Anyway,
you may proceed.
Early witches were people who practiced witchcraft, but they're using magic and spells and calling on spirit to help or bring about change. And I suppose examples of this could be for stuff like harvest to get crops in and, you know, have an abundant harvest year or whatever. Or for healing, anybody that was sick in the village or anyway. Most witches were thought to be pagans, but they were carrying out the devil's work. But this is because back in those days, obviously, people were God-fearing, and anything away from the norm had people suspicious, and so that's how they got the bad name. But there were no doubt the wise women and the natural healers of the villages, what we would call soothsayers and things like that. So that's how I think it all originated. And the knowledge of herbs and how to treat things will have been passed down through generation after generation. Anybody that was thought to be conjuring magic in those days, like I say, suspicion fell on them, and it was usually women, single women, widows, and anybody that didn't quite fit the norm that were hauled in for like torture and questioning and God knows what else. Persecution of witches took hold in the 1400s in Europe, and they were obviously tried and interrogated and God knows what else, and then found to be guilty more often than not, and probably hung or burnt at the stake. Where did I get to? Right. And an interesting fact is between 1500 and 1660, it's suspected that there were 80,000 witches killed in Europe.
Wow.
That's a hell of a lot of people. For going back to those times when there weren't many people about, that's a hell of a lot of people. Then obviously there was the Salem witch trials in 1692. But most witches today practice Wicca, or they follow the Wiccan path. And that's all to do with balance between nature and humanity and doing everything for good.
Yeah.
They go on about white witches and dark witches, black witches and what have you, but to me there's no such thing. You're either good or you're evil.
Yeah.
And most Wiccans practice good magic, and it's stuff like, again, healing or good fortune or whatever else. Where did I get to? Sorry about that. Yeah, the motto that's followed is harm none. And anything that you cast out returns to you threefold, which is another good reason why you shouldn't practice evil magic. And the Wiccan altar is a sacred space for you to do whatever, so long as you have a representation of a god and a goddess and the earth elements like salt, water. I used to have a little flower in a vase on my altar. I haven't had my altar up for God knows how long because all my stuff's up in the attic. But you can put anything on it. You put crystals, tarot cards. There's your athame, which is your little knife, which is used for cutting sacred spaces and whatever else. And obviously, male witches are wizards. I noticed that Michael mentioned male witches. I always refer to male witches as wizards. So the left side of your altar is your goddess side, and the right side is your god side. And your pentacle, which is another big part of Wicca, is your 5-pointed star, which is spirit, earth, air, water, and fire.
Deb's done her homework.
She did.
But also, Deb,
Nice
you
one.
are a...
Yep.
I'm a Twitch.
You're a
I am.
Twitch.
Yes, I'm a Twitch.
So Rick's asked a question, but if you're casting a love spell, aren't you trying to change a person's mind?
Not necessarily, because there's also got to be, you can stir up an interest, but there's also got to be a want from that side as well. You can't, it's not like hypnotism where you can kind of cast a spell out and they fall under it. I mean, I know they go on about falling under the spell, but there's also got to be some, it's more, you're not actually casting a love spell as such to get them to like come to you. It's more an encouragement more than anything. And if nothing happens from that, then it's clear that they're not for you. So that's that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rick's asks, it starts in Scotland when a storm nearly drowned the king.
Oh,
Have I missed a bit?
I don't know.
No.
And also talking about witches, we've got the Pendle witches as well.
Yes, there's the Pendle witches. There was a lot of witch stuff to get through. That's a place I want to go next year, Pendle. I've been near Pendle Hill, but I've never actually been. And is there a museum there? I can't remember.
Might be. I've been up to Lancaster Castle prison up that bit, yeah, but I haven't been to museum.
Yeah.
But again, they were very young. Wasn't there a child who was 13, 14 that got a mum hung? And
yeah. I can't remember the story now, but she did.
I think she just accused her and they took her in court and that was enough. But if you didn't like someone or didn't want someone around, that was just the easy way, wouldn't it? And power and manipulation. And
well, he could say that something, I mean, it could be something as simple as you bending down and calling a cat over, and that was witchcraft. Anything stupid like that, like anything we do nowadays. A lot of stuff we do nowadays, like knocking up a decent meal.
It's like
would probably constitute in being
that would be a miracle.
Yeah, I'll be all right then.
It's like they used herbs, didn't they, for medicine back then, and that was called witchcraft.
Exactly. But they knew what to pick and how much to use and what it worked on. And I suppose it, like I say, in God-fearing days, that would be witchcraft because somebody's been ill and you've suddenly
made them
cured them. There's something magical about it, and off you went.
But it's interesting to believe in God, Jesus, or that sort of thing, and that power, but not it in a physical human body. You know,
makes no sense.
No,
not at all.
The Rick. The king believed these wise women caused the storm, and the first woman burned at the stake was a wise woman.
Yes.
Don't
ask me about moon phases, Michael. I have no idea. Although, just hang on a moment here. I've got my... I can't get it off the wall now. There it is. Bear with me. I don't think you'll be able to see that, actually, but I've got my Wiccan Wheel of the... No, you can't. Wiccan Wheel of the Year, and it's got...
Did you win that?
Imbol, Costara, Beltane, Lithia, Lammas, Mabon, Samhain, and then it's got all the moon phases in the middle. I wish you could see that, actually, because it's a wood carving. And it's got the dates on it and everything else. And I saw it at a bike do that I went to, and I thought, I've got to have that.
Nice.
Yes. Very nice.
And I've just pulled a load of paint off the wall, but don't tell anybody. Right, because we haven't decorated that bit yet.
Good job, innit?
It's really,
Just quickly checking to see if anyone else commented on witches in the chat that Andy can pull up.
Yeah, there is one.
Justin.
Might be a bit quicker on my end than it is yours.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be starring these things, and I've been busy.
Hello, Justin.
I'll star it while you talk, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get it's going to be then everywhere.
Right.
So, do you think it's the spell that causes the intended result, or is it the spell a permission slip for your mind to manifest the desired result?
I would say the latter. Definitely the latter. It's if you want something, but the thing is, you've got with casting spells, you've got to have the intent as well. Your intent has got to go into the spell for it to work. But you can do anything. It's like remote healing. You can do anything that you put your mind to. If you've got the intent and you've got enough focus and everything, you can actually manifest anything.
Yeah, you've got to believe in it as well.
Yeah, you have. Yeah,
it's a bit like shadow work as well. I have tried a bit of that, and that does actually make you think more positively.
Yeah,
and sit down and address any issue you've got or a bit of baggage. So I think that's good, and that's harmless as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I
think you can do anything. So long as you're not harming anybody, I think you can do anything. And if a result comes out of it, then great. And if it doesn't, then it's not for you. Or it's not meant for you, should I say.
Okay.
Right.
Any more questions before Andy?
Yeah, there are 4 more.
Okay.
So I'll do them in order.
Do the host practice wicker? Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Well, Rick, yes, but I'm lapsed because, like I say, all my stuff for my altar. I mean, it doesn't matter what your altar is. I've got various little tables and what have you. I used to use a little table before with a cloth over it, but all my stuff's up in the attic at the moment. So once we've actually finished the decorating, I might get my altar set back up.
Yeah. Please
Can I
do.
just say, that was to Joe and Nick.
Oh, was it? Sorry.
Hosts, we're guests.
Shut up now. Yeah, well, you see, I'm not used to being a guest.
I used to be
Get
that
used to it.
very, very into it. I had my daughter's almanac done. I've actually been in a coven, and then I met Amber's dad, and he stopped it all.
Sorry.
So I've only got a daughter that likes crystals, so it might move that way. But incense and crystals, she's just a learner.
Yeah.
Right, next question. This is Joe.
Yeah, look.
She's got an elongated skull.
I'm an alien.
Yeah.
Have you been to Stonehenge?
What?
That's where I met Joe.
You dug her up.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Oh dear.
Could not resist.
Black thing, see, but Nick didn't have the outfit, but I had the hat and the coat.
Yeah. Joe dresses up often.
I used to.
Right.
Four,
You've asked
five
that
more
one, haven't you?
questions.
Wizards.
Oh yeah.
A warlock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't just keep randomly shouting out wizards. Like
Wizards.
Tourette's.
Warlocks.
Yeah. Prefer that one actually. Warlocks. I've got Tourette's, sorry.
You refuse them, Ian.
Sure.
You ready? Hi, Chris.
Yoo-hoo.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Would you get
Right.
C5?
Would you C5 is conjuring without protection?
No, I'm not quite understanding that.
Or do I?
I think he means, would you use CE5? Would you think CE5 is conjuring without the protection?
Possibly. Well, you're drawing something in, aren't you?
I haven't
thought
looked into it, but I have not heard that you have to do anything in particular before. You just can go on your own and meditate, or go in a group, can't you? And
I think you have to. Well, you sort of have to let them know that you're not there to harm them in any way or whatever. So that's kind of like a bit of protection, I suppose.
I'll let you know in 2 weeks when I eventually read my book.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
yeah, not sure.
Keep opening it, but keeps closing.
Yeah. He opens it, says, "Oh wow," and then shuts it again.
Yeah.
Right.
So Michael's saying the Wicker Man legend. Any insight?
Not. I've seen the film, the original film, not the newer film.
Edward Woodward.
Yes, Iwa Woowa. Yes, it's.
Iwa Woo.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it based on a true story, or is it just
It was
fabrication?
but it's something I haven't looked into.
No, I haven't either, really. I've just watched the film and thought, oh, that's villages for you.
Yeah.
Oh, islands.
Yeah, well, islands, yeah.
Yeah. Don't go to an island in the 70s on your own.
Yeah.
You won't.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm just getting over a cold, but go on.
Any
I'll
more,
try not to
Andy?
die on you.
Yep. 2 more.
So Rick, is there a placebo effect going on here? Not that that diminishes anything.
A placebo effect, as in what, Rick? As in, with the witchcraft, with the spell casting, you mean? I don't know, really. Like I say, if it works, if you do it and it works, then it's worked.
If you put your mind to it,
yeah, you put your intent into it.
placebo is putting your mind to it, basically. You believe
it is.
that it's going to work.
Yeah.
It's like a false positive or something. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah, where if you're given a Smartie and you're told it's a painkiller, then your pain will go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's mind over matter.
yeah, I believe that. Yeah,
lends
lends
power
to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. And then he's agreed with us.
Yes, I agree. You believe in something enough. There you go.
Yeah. Right. Next one.
Oh,
Hi, Lottie. Nice
Lottie,
tash.
love that Tash. Strong eyebrow game there as well.
How does casting spells affect karma?
If you're doing it for good, then you're going to get back good. If you're doing it for bad, then karma's going to come and whoop your ass. That's why you don't practice.
The Craft movie.
Yeah, that's why you don't practice evil magic or anything bad. Even if you peed off with somebody, you just don't do it because it's not good. And it shall come back to you threefold.
Does it not? So when you cast a spell,
Yes.
Do you not have to pay a price for each one that you send? Is
No.
there not a?
No.
What's
You
the
mean
word?
good or bad?
Well, either good or bad. If you do something,
Yeah.
if you send something, then I believe that there's a price to pay for using magic.
No.
Only if it's dark.
Something.
Yeah.
There's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I've got.
No.
I don't do full sentences on a Friday. You should know that by now after 2 years.
If you're sending a spell out for something good, say you need a bit of money for something, or you want somebody to be well, or whatever, then whatever you send out is coming back to you threefold. So you'll also get the benefit of that, the positivity of that 3 times. If you send something evil like hexing somebody, then you're going to get that back 3 times. It doesn't matter how it is. You're going to get a massive bill through the door, or your chimney's going to fall off, or whatever.
Yeah, but Ryan's just put this. This is what I was heading at. Where there is an action, there's a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's good, then you get good back. If it's bad,
you get bad back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Like I say, that's why you don't do dark magic.
No.
Or you shouldn't do. I don't do.
Put light on.
I have enough bad luck as it is without casting hexes.
So I just need to show this to Umbra.
Oh, nobody put ET down.
It's not ET, it's Jack. Jack T.
Jack T. Jack D.
Yeah. Not him personally. That'd be
No.
weird. Having him Jack D living under my desk.
Yeah. Right. Any more?
There are. When it comes up.
Kelly, Matthew Hopkins, the Witchfinder General, died of TB at 24. By then, he owned large estates from the money interrogating and burning witches with forged orders of Charles II.
Don't know.
Yeah, you hear that name and you always think of kind of like a middle-aged bloke, don't you?
24.
I know it wasn't, but when you hear the name and the Witchfinder General, you expect him to be like coming up to 50. Don't expect him to have carved it at 24, do you?
And I'm sure when he's depicted in movies, he's older. They always use an older bloke for it, don't they?
Yeah. Strange.
Very. Next. From Ricardo.
Rick, could you detect an evil witch? Oh, would you get a sense of their evil?
I'm pretty good at picking up on evil, so I probably would.
I'm fine, sure.
I think I would.
So fine.
Andy?
What? Sorry, I'm modding.
Could
I'll
you,
go one down.
or would you sense an evil witch or someone evil? What your sense is like? And don't forget, with a bloke, they might be really nice. With a woman, they might be horrible.
I can pick up on
or both
good and bad people, like people full of shit, and those that aren't. I can do that pretty quick. I don't mean quick, like
I guess it'll be someone that's quite sneaky. So it might be someone that befriends you or.
Yeah, but I'm better at if I walk into an house and there's like bad omens, bad atmosphere, I'd be like, nah, walk straight back out again.
Yeah.
I can feel it straight away. But then if you're going one and it's nice and calm, it's like, oh, I could live here forever.
Yeah, and ever. Amen.
Yeah.
Well, that might be the evil witch.
Yeah.
That might be the evil.
Could have put a spell over.
Yeah.
And if it looks like a Hansel and Gretel house,
Just take a few bits of it and
run
walk
a
off.
mile.
No, I'd be straight there. Free food. You having a laugh?
Yeah.
So we can all agree that Andy might be a bit vulnerable with that one.
Yeah.
Not vulnerable. Hungry.
Gingerbread. Is anybody's?
Not gingerbread. The dolly mixture type stuff that they have going on.
Oh, right. Them ones, yeah.
Yeah. You got another one from Rick?
True statement from Rick.
Part of the attraction of this channel is that you learn to sense who is for you and who is against you.
That's quite true.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Rick.
I take that as a
Wise
compliment.
words.
Wise words from a wizard.
Yeah. Warlock.
Yeah, a warlock.
Sorry, but I need to throw this up quickly.
That's all right. I'd start at one end, lot of you start other. In fact,
Yeah.
I'll take garage, it's fine.
It's all over for us, guys.
Yeah.
That's it on questions.
Okay. So we're going to move on to Andy, who had haunted objects.
Well,
Well,
so right. So I need to sign a disclaimer before I continue with this.
just in case he's
Allow
making
me
anything
to-
up.
So I have 3 stories.
Right.
2 are off a podcast, off Paranormal Roundtable. One of them is a story from the guy who hosts it. It's a personal one from him. The other one is a story that he read out. And the other one that I've got is a message that I got from my old boss about a year or so ago that Zuckerberg deleted when he deleted my old Facebook profile.
Oh, let it drop.
So I now have these 3 stories in my head.
Okay. If
Yeah.
you can.
I'm just going to say it's sciencey fiction here, more
Right.
fiction than science. I'd say it's about 20% true, 80% could be made up. But the main detail is going to be bang on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Deb,
Well,
can
I
you
thought
start
he's
doing the
gonna
questions?
I am
mention
doing-
ET. So it's not
No.
the ET.
No.
Okay.
Could be.
Go with what's the
So-
most interesting or.
Well, I'll start off with the one that my boss told me because
Okay. That's
he's straight down
intriguing.
the line and he was one of the members on the Facebook group. So
Okay.
his missus is from Thailand and he goes over there a couple of times a year. And he said it was a few years ago. He'd been out for a couple of drinks and what have you. He wasn't wrecked or anything like that. And I might have made that bit up.
He
But
says.
they'd gone to one of these sacred temples where you have the guided tours and that, and there's all stuff going on. And there's like a bit of it, like some of the wall had broke down, and there's a bit of brick, and he thought, do you know what? I'll have that. It's only like a little piece like that. So he picked it up, put it in his pocket. From then on, weird stuff started happening to him. He'd be walking down the street. He thought he was hallucinating. He thought someone this was it. He thought someone had spiked his drink or something. He's walking down the street, excuse me, and he was seeing like samurai knights on horseback, like a few of them going through these like stargates. I'm not going to use the word portal because it's not really a portal. To go in and out through these things, and all this stuff was going, and it went on. He was over there for a few months, and it went on for like 3 or 4 days or something. And then he realised it was when he picked this bit of brick up. So the next time he was in that area, he went and took it back, and everything stopped.
So could that be haunted object, or could it be like a hitchhiker?
Oh, there's a point.
Well, is the temple not so much haunted, but as it like with it being a sacred building, has it got some sort of connection to the paranormal or supernatural? I don't know. But that was definitely something.
Well, he
The
realised
thing
that he
is,
had bad luck.
he wouldn't lie about stuff like that. I'm not going to name his name because he doesn't. Obviously, doesn't go around telling everyone. He's like an operations manager where I used to work, so he's quite high up in the company. So why would you make something up like that? I don't think anyone could make anything like that anyway. So
It's interesting.
I don't know.
You're the judge of his character, so you know what.
Yeah. I do actually. I have another story. It's about a doll. Don't worry, Deb. It's not one of yours.
Thank you.
So my cousin's niece. So technically, my cousin's daughter is my cousin's sister, who's also my cousin. Her youngest daughter. They do.
For you.
You wasn't sure. Her and a fella, they go out doing investigations and that. They're really into the paranormal. They had a group going and what have you. And a while back, her friend had this doll, and this doll, they'd go out and it'd be in places where it couldn't be put, as there was nobody else in the house. They actually took it to the tip, threw it out. They come back home and it was sat in the chair. They could not get rid of it. This is in Manchester, and this isn't that long. It's only a couple of years ago. And I'm just sorry. He only told me yesterday. I should know this. And it just kept. I've just not had time to talk to my cousin's daughter about it. And it just it kept coming back, and it was proper creeping them out. And people would stop going around the house because of this doll. No one wanted to be anywhere near it.
And do we know what sort of doll it was? Was it like a rag doll or a plastic doll or a?
I think it was. It was our Andy that told me. I've got in my head a porcelain doll. I don't know if it was.
Right. Yeah.
He did tell me the name of this doll, the type of doll.
Right.
I cannot remember. So, yeah. So that's it.
Don't like dolls.
You should have stopped returning the doll.
I had in the 80s. I had a thing about those Pierrot dolls. You know, the black and white.
Oh, God.
Well, that's what her mum used to collect. And that's a cheap. When we used to go around to the house, she used to have them all like upstairs in the bedroom and that. And it's like jolly because it's just like the white porcelain face
with the black cap thing on.
It might have been a pair. What Pierrot. You said?
Pierrot,
yeah.
You have to find out, Andy.
I had the whole set. I had the bedding and everything, and a load of the dolls. And for some reason, I don't know why, I got up one day and I threw the whole lot out, and my mother couldn't understand it because I was mad for these dolls, and I just binned them all. I didn't want them anymore, and I don't know why. Maybe they were starting to creep me out. I don't know.
Maybe all them eyes looking at you.
I know, very freaky.
Could be. Just quickly, while we're on the subject of dolls, I used to deliver to a shop in Oldham, and the house next door. So the house next door was on the corner, so it had like two windows going into this room.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, there were millions of dolls stacked from floor to ceiling, and every little bit of furniture. It would not like to go past that at night when I've had a few. It was awful. And it was like the old Victorian style, the big like christening dress type.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible, creepy.
Dodgy eyes on them.
Kill you in your sleep type doll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up and it's sat on your chest with a knife on your nose.
Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So these other two stories. So one of them's about a key. So this key, someone had this key, and it's a weird-looking key. I didn't see. You could message the show for him to send you a picture of it. He didn't want to just put it out there and cause loads of bad stuff for everyone.
Yeah.
So this key, and it was in one house, and then it got moved to another house, and then they kept throwing it away and burning it and throwing it in like a river or a lake and that. And this key just kept coming back. But it's like an old, they call them bone keys, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like a Yale key or a Martis key. It's like looks like it's made out of twiglets, that sort.
Right, yeah.
Is anyone still here? Am I talking to myself?
You've frozen.
You've all froze.
Oh, no. Everybody else is moving. We're all
Yeah.
moving.
Did everyone
Anybody?
hear us? See us?
Yes, we're here.
Hello.
Hello. Keep talking, Andy.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
you all
Andy.
froze. All three of you.
Can hear you.
We're still going.
Yeah.
Go
No,
out.
I can
Come
hear
back in
you.
again.
We're all good.
All
You
three
might
of you froze then. There was nothing
All right.
happening.
Strange. That's your end.
Yeah,
not
and
us.
this key kept coming back. No, it's fine. I've get 1 gig download now. Definitely not me.
Must be. Anyway, carry on.
You lot, females messing it up for me again.
No.
Anyway,
No.
so apparently this key just kept coming back.
At least
and
it's not
we couldn't
Zuckerberg.
get rid of it.
Don't start him off again.
It probably was.
No, it wasn't. Andy, leave it.
He's out to get you.
Then this other one. This is a really short story because it was like a statue of a gargoyle, and it's just loads of weird stuff happening to it. And this house burnt down, and there's only this statue that was left at the end of it. And that was another thing. They kept trying to get rid of it, and it kept coming back. You'd smash it up, and it'd come back.
You see, that's worrying.
Maybe I might have made.
Yeah.
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 It's a bit when Andy closed the book.
Yeah.
The book just closed.
Yes. So, right, questions.
Mm,
Sorry,
that's
I should have said that. That's you two.
You've got quite a few now, Andy.
That's fine.
Right.
One Miss Singleton.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Well, this is going back to the
Well,
previous.
maybe.
What is it? I don't really watch witch movies, so
Best
you'll probably know more than me, you lot.
Not so much movies, more stuff on Netflix.
Right.
They haven't made a good one yet, have they? Really?
Not
There's
really.
Focus.
if you
That's
wanna
all
watch-
right.
There's a good series on Netflix. I
No.
just can't remember what it's called.
If you want to watch a good, funny one about a ghost, a vampire, and a werewolf, nothing to do with witches. I can't
You're
remember the name of
frozen.
it.
Oh.
Oh, you told me about that. I
We're
can't remember
all-
what it is.
Going funny again.
No, we're still here.
You look frozen to us, Andy.
No, he's moving now.
No, he's not. Yes, he is.
Anyway,
Hello?
hello.
We can hear and see you, Andy.
Right.
Keep talking.
Yeah, you all froze. I can't remember the name of it. But which movies? Crafted? Or The Craft?
The
That's what it
Craft,
was.
the original one.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, it might be a bit
Original Hocus
dated now,
Pocus.
it's early 90s.
Yeah, it has been done
Been
again.
to,
Yeah.
been to that house. in
Actually,
Salem.
Roald Dahl someone's put, and actually, that original's real good, isn't it?
Oh, the witches, yeah.
Filmed it.
Originals.
Cornwall.
Oh, yeah. Just finished watching that. That's a spin off from Vampire Diaries. And then you've got Legacy.
Yeah.
Not watched Legacy yet.
They're all good.
Right.
Next question.
So, next question from Michael.
Don't
David
really have one.
Dahl. Probably that one, yeah.
Yeah.
On the hood.
He's not haunted, but if you set him off, he won't shut up.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Right.
yeah, I don't like those. They're just
Well,
creepy.
One for both of us.
How many haunted dolls do you currently collect, Andy and Deb? Do
None.
you have any?
Well, they're not haunted. I've got one.
We don't want to know, Andy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You do.
You've only got ET, that's fine.
No, I've got 5 gargoyles.
And we've seen the state of ET's finger.
Yeah, it's worrying.
Very.
Yeah, so I've got 5 gargoyles.
They're not dolls. Would you
No,
go to
they're
bed and
not.
cuddle one of those? No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
No,
You're not very
I
flexible.
don't have a doll. I'm a fully grown man.
Okay, then. Next question.
Moving on.
Question.
I'm trying to find the ones that are relevant. Right. We've got.
There's a couple from Rick.
Yeah, found that one.
Rick, if you believe in poltergeists, then the energy that moves objects can manipulate arms and legs.
Yes.
Mm.
Now, my
Ooh.
theory on poltergeist isn't a spirit of a dead person.
No.
I believe poltergeists are the same as what greys are. So where all these reports of greys phasing in and out, and all this stuff's moving about before you see them, could a grey not be a poltergeist?
Hello.
Could a goblin or an elf or a fairy not be a poltergeist? They're moving at different frequency, different vibration, so
Yeah.
that's why we can't see them. Is that why they're being moved, like these doors opening and shutting and all that? I don't believe it's a spirit or a demon or anything like that.
No.
I truly believe it's related to these greys, because that's what they do. They're mischievous,
Yeah.
and they're sent here to ask about but not harm anyone.
Yeah.
So that's what I think a poltergeist is. Might be wrong. Probably am wrong.
Yeah.
But
Well, we know there's a lot you can't see with your own eyes.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
you can see loads of infrared
Yeah.
or night vision, you know, so
Yeah.
could easily
You've
be
got-
something we haven't discovered it or don't understand. But
our eyes filter something like 200 and odd different frequencies, because if we could see everything, we wouldn't be able to see where we're walking. You'd be able to see all the different gases and
Yeah, you
air
would, yeah.
and all the different noise frequencies
There'd
and
be
all
too
that.
much in your vision.
Yeah, you would not. You
Well, you
just
give
wouldn't be
them
able-
what
it'd
you
mess your
need.
head up. Yeah.
essentially, aren't you? If you nocturnal, you got the night vision. If you're deep under the sea, you don't need your eyes, but it makes you wonder what we might have used to have been capable of, or you know, with our mind, we don't use our mind to do telepathy, or you know, maybe we could have seen in like a sonar type way.
Yeah.
So,
But then you got all these like different radio waves and
mhm.
signals and frequencies and everything else going on, especially
Yeah.
now with all the technology.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Any more, Deb?
Right, hang on a
Next
minute.
one.
Oh, I'm just about to star that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. Right, Chris is asking, if you've seen
Yeah.
a picture of the crying boy, the famous supposedly haunted one, would you buy? No.
No.
My gran had that in the bedroom that I used to sleep in.
Yeah, a lot of older folk had them back then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, not for me.
There was a couple of different ones. There was a crying girl as well.
Yeah.
And isn't
Think
it
that-
the laughing cavalier that follows you around the room?
His eyes.
Yeah.
But a lot of pictures with eyes on anyway. The eyes follow you anyway.
Ooh.
It's the way that they're set up.
Yeah.
I have got another story. The Screaming Skull at Wardley Hall.
There you go.
So this is in Manchester. It's at the side of a Catholic cemetery. There are monks that still live there. The monk house, don't know what you call it. What's the monk house called? Don't say Bob. Don't say Bob.
Shh, it's all right, Bob.
Is it an abbey?
Yeah.
No, it's a.
Cloisters.
No, what's a monk's house called?
An abbey.
No, it's some monastery.
Yeah, monastery, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
so,
my next guess.
Anyway, so it's built on a moat.
Monastery.
Now, the house on the corner, that's the one where I had the laughing kids. That was my sister-in-law's mum and dad's old house.
Right.
That house was used for storing the bodies back in the day before they took them down to the cemetery. Now, there's a laughing skull inside this on the shelf in one of these rooms. If you lift it, there's a skull. If you lift it off the shelf, it starts laughing and screaming and doesn't stop until you put it back. And it's highly protected, and there's other protected stuff in there as well.
Kelly
So,
just said she's seen it.
I've not seen it, but there's a lot of stuff in local papers and local news and what have you in the 70s and 80s.
East Yorkshire, there's Burton Agnes Hall, and there's some screaming skulls there. And apparently, if they're removed from their location, I think they're in like cutouts in the wall. If they're removed from their location, there's loads of bad things happen, and they scream. And I don't know how true all these screaming skull things are, because there are quite a few of them around the country.
Excuse me, but as well, there's a picture of a laughing cavalier as well. So when you move the skull, the laughing cavalier starts laughing until you
don't mind something that laughs
at the same time. I don't know.
I don't mind something
Don't know how
laughing.
true that is, but
Can't be doing anything screaming.
No. No.
So yeah.
Certainly won't be filling my house with stuff like that.
No,
The other stuff's about hauntings now, so we're going to save those to like question time, or are we going to address them now?
Should we do them now?
Yeah.
There's a couple to me.
Go on in, Andy. Fill them up.
Right.
Rick, Andy, have you
Worst
experienced
haunting.
hauntings? What was the worst?
The worst are like the scariest. They're not. Some have been scary at the time. I'd say the worst one was when I seen the full body apparition under a bridge in Bolton. We was about 14, 15. Me, my cousin, one of my other cousins, and one of my mates. We'd gone meeting a load of friends on this big park area called Leverhulme Park, I think it is. It's near Braitmet in Bolton.
Right.
And it was winter because we'd gone under the bridge because it started snowing. I know I've told this story before, so if it's boring, I'm sorry, but tough. So you walk down from the houses, you go down like a gravel track, you go over the bridge, which is probably about 50 meters. You go around the side of it, drop down to the right, and then go underneath. There's a ledge, which was about as wide as my keyboard, so your toes are hanging over. There's about a 6-foot drop, like concrete block holding the girders up for the bridge structure. And then there's a river. It's like, like that dirty sand. I don't know what you call it. It looks like black or brown sand. Yeah. You had that. The water was only about 2 foot deep, but it's about 8 foot across. And then on the other side, it's all brambles and a big concrete block. You couldn't physically stand on the other side. There's nothing to stand on. So we'd gone under. There was me. I was on the left. Then my cousin next to me and another lad called Carl next to him. We're just chatting away, and I looked over to the other side, and I could see it was like. Can you see the colour of that? Oh, this thing here.
White.
Oh.
Yeah, creamy colour.
It's like a grey white colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like that colour, and its own glow coming through it, and you could see like the head, then shoulders. The arms were tapering down into the side, just below the waist. The legs would go down, but then it was about a foot levitating above what, because it was dark, you couldn't really see what looked like the floor.
Right.
Like I said, I'm on that 14, 15, weren't expecting to see it. I pushed past them two, ran up the side, round over the bridge and up to the houses before them two got from underneath the bridge.
Did they see it?
Yeah, all three of us seen it. Everyone was like, we couldn't believe it. We was too scared to go back and have a look. And so we went back the next day when it was daylight, and there's a little bit of graffiti, like 3 letters. So it was JKE or something. It was like painted on the wall and sprayed. It was like really crap graffiti. And and it was going like an angle. So it couldn't even have been that. It couldn't have been like, there's no. We're stood this side, the houses are there. So the cars are that bit. If there's any reflection, it'd be hitting the side that we was on. It wouldn't be able to bounce back, not even from the water, because of the angle of everything. Never seen it again. But it definitely wasn't there the next day. That was the scariest one because it was just. We'd been under there about 10 minutes before we seen it. It just appeared. And then we disappeared.
Was it feeding off of good energy or bad energy?
I didn't hang about to find out.
No. And what about history? Anyone die there?
No.
Or nothing that you.
Nothing that I know of.
Since.
Houses around there, I think, were built 1940s. So this part was quite old. There's a lot of nature in that on there. You used to see like a lot of kingfishers in summer, like going in the water getting fish. So the water was clean. There was a running track on there. They had crown green bowls, a tennis court, all that kind of stuff. So it's active with people as well as nature. So I don't know. It was just a weird thing. I think because it caught us off guard, it just threw us out. It threw me out. I couldn't move quick enough. So yeah, that was the worst one.
Did you scream like a girl?
And run.
Probably.
Too busy running.
Yeah.
Probably cry like one as well.
Oh. Still does that now.
I just went, oh my God, what's that? And then I was gone.
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah.
Whereas I stand there with my mouth open staring at it.
Well, for about 3-4 seconds, I was staring, like, Joe, when you're trying to work out what it is.
Yeah, can't get your head
And
around
then
it.
it clicks. It's like, oh, now I know. And that's when
Now
I went.
I know, and now I'm off.
Strange.
Yeah, it was that moment of reality. That was when I
Whoosh, gone.
decided.
Take the star off that one. There we go. That's another one for you, Andy, from Rick.
Andy, is shadow people versions of ghosts?
See, I'm not sure about this. I have changed my mind on it about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, me too.
Shadow people, I think, are something that are coming through from a different realm, not using the word dimension because it's incorrect.
Yes.
That are coming through from a different realm. You're not seeing the fully formed figure of it. Same as when you see these UFOs that are like really odd shape, because they're not fully they've not come through the veil completely. You're only seeing part of what it is. So with the shadow person, you're seeing part of what that thing actually is. That's what I believe. Or I think it could be a remote viewer.
Yeah, that's what
Or that type of thing.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna move on to like the Hat Man, could that be some sort of Men in Black type entity that's going? Because I don't know. I don't personally know anyone that's had a Hat Man encounter, but if they have they had other encounters? And then this Hat Man is coming checking that they're not going around talking about it like the Men in Black do, but they're coming to you like lucid dreaming or whatever you want to call it. Could it be that?
Could be.
Could it?
Like mind control.
Yeah. Could it be something that you've manifested?
Yeah.
Like it's what like creepypasta, like Slenderman or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't know. Really don't know.
You see, if you've left your body and you remote view, not remote, if you've left your body and you're remote viewing, then surely that's your kind of spirit that's wandering about. So you're going to be able to see anybody else
like a shadow
that's doing the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But do people see them like a shadow? Because Whitley Strieber said about remote viewing, didn't he? And he scared Linda Moulton Howe, and she knew it was him, so she couldn't have seen a shadow. Yeah. She must have saw him.
If you're not into this kind of thing, your mind isn't thinking, "Oh, that's such a body," or "Oh, that's a remote viewer," or whatever. You're just seeing something. I have seen a couple of like shadowy type things in my peripheral vision, and it's like a black mass.
You didn't apologise to it though, did you?
For what?
Like I did when I opened the bathroom door and that thing was stood there.
Oh.
And I said sorry and shut the door again. And then went,
sorry, I'm sat in my own house watching TV.
You didn't antagonise it, Deb.
I just opened the door and it was stood there. It was the outline of a bloke in just jet black, like Vander Black. And I opened the bathroom door and went, oh, sorry, and then shut the door and thought, what the bloody hell am I doing? And I opened the door and it had gone.
Then with that thing that's seen under the bridge, just because it wasn't a black shadow, how was it not a shadow? Or could it be all these people that have had their souls removed for whatever reason? Could that be their soul trying to find a way back into our world to get back into a body? Or looking for its own body?
Yeah.
So many different things it could be.
There is. fallen angels and all that sort of thing. I guess, do
Is
you
it
put
a
it in a
protector?
box?
Yeah.
Is it your guardian? Sorry, I was just going to say, could it be your guardian angel?
Yeah.
Or like archangel or whatever you want to call it? Could it be that just
Archangel.
checking up on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, wasn't
No, you said archangel.
it? Yeah. No, if it's stood under an archway, it's an archangel.
Oh dear.
Many versions.
Your bedtime yet?
Yeah, got 4 minutes.
But yeah,
No, it's
so
bedtime, not break time. Anyway,
yeah,
right.
so that's my thought
Another
on
one
that.
from Rick.
So Rick Allen, touching on what we just talking about, are shadow people the same as ghost hauntings?
I think people can categorize them as the same thing without totally understanding what either of them are.
Yeah.
I think they are different.
To me, ghosts, or what people interpret as ghosts, is replays to me.
Yeah.
Replay something they've done in life, or that is
A residual.
yeah.
Residual.
Yeah. And some people can just say everything's a ghost, but to me that's the difference. That's someone having a replay, someone that's trapped.
Yeah, a ghost to me is the spirit of a dead person.
Mm.
And some don't pass over, so
Yeah.
Some don't want to pass over.
Some can't pass over.
Some don't know how to. Some have got unfinished business.
So would you say shadow people hauntings are the same as ghost hauntings?
No.
What would be the difference? Because shadow people can get very terrorized by that, can't they? And it's very negative.
But then if you dissect the word hauntings to what it actually means, and I did know this, and I might have to ask the screen what it actually means. I can't remember. People think haunting is a bad thing. I'm sure haunting means for something to come back and, like, in Andy's terms, just lurk about, hang around for a bit to see what's going on. It's that sort of thing. So a haunting isn't necessarily going to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So
hauntings are things that carry on, though, isn't it? It's not just a one-off. A haunting is something that carries on.
Yeah.
So the perception of hauntings is like a ghost coming in trying to scare you and like rattle drawers and throw stuff like a poltergeist would, or a grey, whatever you want to call it. That's hauntings. Where a ghost just turns up and walks through your house and you never see it again. That could be residual, or maybe it's not even a ghost. It could be a time slip. You could be looking at that thinking, "Oh, it's a ghost." That could be looking at you thinking, "Oh, it's a ghost." And it's just two different times. What's the word? Two different time realms crossing over, and they just happen to be at the same place at the same point, and that's why you see each other.
Yeah. There's a quick comment from Rick there.
Yeah, he's right. I agree with him. I agree, Rick.
Yeah, Andy is still in the process of understanding all these things are linked.
They are definitely linked. Everything is linked.
Yeah.
Not everything. There are a couple of things that are not linked, but that's nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Comments?
We've got hang on. One from Michael.
Have the hosts had any memorable paranormal experiences that they want to share?
Is that to me and Nick, or
Well, you're hosting tonight.
the one that got to me more than anything is the night that I saw my dad. So yeah, that would be that one. And what happened then is my dad died that day, and during that night, I was woken up by somebody sat on the bed, and I sort of woke up, and my dog was going loopy, wagging her tail, and she was happy. She knew, and I saw my dad, and I don't care whether you believe me or not. But the weird thing is, he just he was there and he made me feel like everything was okay. But the weird thing is I was speaking to my brother on the phone the next day, and I said to him, "You'll never guess what happened to me last night." And he said, "Did Dad come and visit you as well?"
Yeah.
So there you go. And that's gospel.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Mine is the house that we had I grew up in, had a history of, well, not history, it wasn't an old house, it was a 40s council house in a terrace. That had things going on in that house, and in one room in particular, that when my dad was a child, with something like growling at him at the wardrobe and punching him in the back, and weird noises in the corridor and things going down the stairs. So we were living in that house when I was about 3 years old, 4, before school. And I woke up in the night and was staring at the bottom of the bed, which had a window, and the curtains were shut. It was bedtime. And I remember looking at the curtain thinking, that's going to move in a minute. I think that's going to move, and just stared thinking, I'm going to wait and see. Very strange. I was young.
Yeah.
And it did move not from the closure bit, it moved across the corner and just stayed open, like, here you are then. It did move. And then that was definitely paranormal to me. No one was the other side, no windows were open, nothing like that. It was like someone just picked the corner up and went, there you are, we're open now. And I thought it was magic to me. I was too young to know about any of this sort of thing. That room was always cold. The parents told us a lot later, oh yeah, that was a room that things went on in. So it does make me wonder about other occasions when I've heard something checking on me at night, or the door opening and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I should be grateful that I didn't remember anymore. I wouldn't mind being regressed, I suppose, and find out. But the curtain thing was strange, because nothing like that's ever happened in my life since. But it was just the knowing that was going to happen, and then it did it, and thinking, wow, I could do magic. But then also scared, hide under the covers, and think, oh, I don't want to go to bed at night. That what's going to happen? Because you think, what's going to come out of that window? So yeah, that was definitely paranormal.
Yeah.
Or supernatural. Yeah. Rick says electromagnetic energy affects temperature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we going for a break?
Yeah.
Do you want to go for a break?
Yeah, please.
We can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, please. You don't have to beg.
I can have a nose blown there.
As long as you all come back.
Yeah, we'll come back.
The dog's going to kick off otherwise, because they want to go.
Right. I'm going to remove us from here while we do the break, because I have to do it differently, and we'll pick up all your swearing while you're off camera. Right. So we'll see you in how many minutes, Nick?
5.
Yay.
Yeah.
Somebody listens.
Yeah, not me though.
Right. See you in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
We've got a tea maker in the background.
Oh,
Hello.
Comes with a property. I can't hear you, Deb. You're on mute.
He's muting my mic in case I swear.
I didn't. I just removed as well.
I said I'll have a nice strong one, tiny weeny little bit of milk and sugar.
Is he making the curry?
I think Lottie's making the curry tonight.
Yeah, korma though. I don't want a korma.
No,
Put some
I
chilies
don't
in
want-
that korma.
Gravy and water. What's the point?
Coconut water.
Don't get it.
Anyway,
So
right.
let's start with creepy fact of the week.
Oh yes, let's have creepy
Can
facts.
do. So, you ready?
Yes.
there you go.
Hampton Court Palace is one of the most haunted places in the UK. Hampton Court is another very spooky old royal palace. Built in the 14th century and made larger over the years, the palace has been home to many royals, including Henry VIII, Queen Anne, and King George II. Naturally, it's stuffed with ghosts and spooky goings-on. Famously haunted areas include the kitchens, the chapels, and even an area known as the Haunted Gallery. Ghosts include a Grey Lady, Queen Jane Seymour, and a mysterious man in robes who was caught on CCTV in 2003. The video shows a door blowing open, and then a figure in what appears to be a robe appearing and closing it. The staff said no one dressed like this was on site that day. What do you think it was? Authentic spook or historical hoax?
There you go.
That's a good one. So, was
Am I
that-
allowed to debunk something?
I've
No,
got-
if you want.
go on then.
Sorry. That one of Henry VIII was the one that's coming in through the doors.
The doors blow open and then whatever it is.
Yeah, that
shuts
thing
the
comes
doors,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big setup. It was done quite a few years ago.
No, well, it's still creepy.
I seen it on a paranormal program. Oh yeah, it's still good.
Very
Loads of people were seeing it, and then the guy who did it all come out and said, "Yeah, it was me."
No,
The
right.
doors were on strings or ropes. That thing was like an effigy, and it was on a track on wheels to
Right.
make it look realistic. And they just did it on a black and white camera to make it look off.
I still think it's creepy though.
So I've been told.
It looks a bit like Umbra
And
Man
that
to
was-
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still creepy.
It was, yeah. It was Umbra.
I'd still scream and run.
yeah, I would. I want to go to Hampton Court Palace. That's on my list.
Was there
Right.
any questions, or shall we carry on with the next section?
Right, we've got a segment here that Joe's going to read out. It's called Fact or Faked. So, your opinions on the list. Go for it, Joe.
Okay. Don't matter. We'll start with ladies first and leave Andy to second.
He'll be running, screaming somewhere.
Yeah, keep crying. Right. What was your opinions? Do you think it's fact or
About 5
fake?
minutes.
And what reason why? And the first one is sheep squatch.
I don't know a lot about sheep squatch. I really haven't looked into it. But I mean, If you can see things like Toadmen and stuff like that, stop putting that up, will you?
That's
Sheep
Splinter.
Squatch.
I don't care
it
what
not?
it is. I just don't like it.
Turtle Power.
Yeah, if you can get things like Toadmen and stuff like that, then why not a sheep?
Yeah.
Look a bit odd, though.
There's a goat man as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I believe in the goat man.
So
Well-
is that a fact or a fake, do you think, Deb?
I don't know. I'd say fact. There's that many strange things being seen out there. I'd say fact.
In Wales, definitely.
I'm with
No.
them.
That's where all the sheep are. Wales and
Right.
Australia.
Can I just add about Goatman? The
No.
devil's depicted as a goat type creature with
He is.
hooves, horns, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking at me.
We've probably got that in the list, Andy. So sheep squatch, fact or faked, Andy?
I think faked.
Faked.
Controversial.
It's just,
Right.
I know you could, it is possible. Anything can happen. It's like, I know it's a bit of a random thing, but goats have square pupils. It's the only animal on earth that has a square pupil or rectangle pupil.
Yeah, rectangle, yeah.
So that doesn't make sense, just that on its own, if nothing else is ever mentioned about a goat again. It's just, well, you know what I mean? So anything is possible.
Yeah.
It's like in nature, there's no straight lines in nature, just little things like that. So it is possible. I just don't think it's a thing. It's a what's the word? So someone's seen something and they've kind of like exaggerated what they've seen.
Misinterpretation.
Misinterpretation, that's it, of what they've actually seen.
Right, yeah.
If you're not seeing it full on, they may be seeing it through some trees or bushes or from a distance. That's what that person sees it as. It doesn't mean to say that's what it actually is.
Right, yeah.
Rick's putting in the chat fact another hybrid, but we've got a list to go through. So go on then, Joe.
Right, the next one, do you think is fact or fake, is Slender Man? And if so, why?
That started as a fake, I think, because the two kids dreamt it up. But since then, it's become kind of popular culture and it's taken on a life of its own and people are seeing them. So I would say fake myself for that reason alone, that it was conjured up by two girls.
Andy?
Yeah, like Deb said, it was two girls that ended up killing their friend.
Mm-hmm.
They dreamt
I
it.
didn't really want to go there.
Yeah, it's classed as a creepypasta.
Yeah.
I have seen videos of it, but there's a guy he's got a new bike and he's riding up and down. It's foggy behind him, and you can see the Slender Man. It kind of like it comes out of nowhere, and then it's walking on the spot, and then it starts moving. So straight away, that's really bad CGI. I can do better with that on a bit of paper and a crayon. So, and that's the only video that I've ever seen of it.
Now.
But then there was a sighting of it in the early 90s by the two guys. Was it late 80s, early 90s? I think it was about 92, 93. I think it was in America. And these guys were in the 50s and 60s at the time, and they had no reason to make it up.
Yeah.
They said like there was like a 12-foot giant, but had no facial features. And quite tall and slim. So whether that was a Slender Man or something similar, I don't know. But that is the only report that I've ever heard of the Slender Man.
I've seen that video and somebody said, oh, it's fake. That video of the Slender Man when that bloke's testing his new mountain bike out.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Is that the one you're on about?
Yeah. But if you watch the Slender Man, I zoomed right in on it, you'll see it. It just appears from... So say there's a tree there, it appears there, and then it's walking like that, and then it jumps and starts walking.
I just think it's creepy, whatever it is.
However
However they've done it, it's creepy.
Watch it again and just watch that first bit of when you see it. It's really glitchy.
So both fake then?
Yeah, but do you think that by kind of imagining like a tulpa, imagining these things that they actually manifest?
I do. I think if nothing,
make them real.
Think
yes,
it could happen. It could become reality.
It's been. I would say it's been proven.
Yeah.
Talk to Steve Meara about manifestation. He'll tell you. When he's been on the show, and he said, if it don't takes like 2, 3, or 4 of you, there's enough energy between you to manifest pretty much anything you want. You've just got to believe in it. Like we were saying earlier, it's
So now it could
belief and believing, and that'll create the energy to make something happen.
We've got about 20 of these, so we're going to have to quick fire fact or fake.
I can miss some out.
We can go over a little bit if required.
The next one, I really want your opinion on, because I've seen 2 videos of this recently, is the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, I'd say
Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Jersey Devil, yeah.
True.
Right. See, I've listened to a lot of podcasts about this, and like the witnesses that were there at the time. Was it a priest? The woman had already had like 12 kids. This was like the 13th child, and someone had cursed it, saying like the next kid that you have is going to be like the devil's child or whatever.
A wrong one.
And then this like horse-headed type creature flew out of this woman, then out through the window.
Yeah.
But if you look at the horse head bat, it's a very similar size, very accurate to the description of the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Was that not just flying past at the time? Do they have horse head bats in that part of America?
No.
Michael, if you're there, do you know?
Well, Michael's saying that the Jersey Devil is a cryptid.
Yes. But you've got to remember, though, cryptid just means it's not been categorized as a
animal,
living creature on Earth. Yeah.
So what do you think, Deb?
I think something happened, but there was a lot of speculation going on at the time.
Yeah, there was.
Especially because this woman was a bit, well, obviously she was a bit, she had 13 kids. There was a lot more to it. If you delve right into the story of it, there's a lot more going on than just what you hear about on the surface.
Yeah.
So,
fact, fake.
Come on, Andy, commit.
75-25 fake.
Deb?
Oh, hang on, sorry.
Right.
There's something going wrong with the chat. Yes, all you have to do is check out my YouTube channel for David's story, and you will be able to watch that Rick's on about there. So anyway, sorry, Joe, go on.
Right.
So do you think it's fact or fake?
I think it's fact.
So do I, I'm with you. The reason being, Jess remote viewed it last night and I watched it.
Right.
But I think something happened. It wasn't a devil as such.
It's one to watch.
Something went on. The description that was given, it didn't come out of her, I don't think. It wasn't her 13th child that looked like that.
Yeah.
I think, was it exaggerated and a lot of stuff added? Yeah. Something happened that supernatural.
I was in two minds until I watched Jess's, and then I thought, well, now I've changed again. So
what did Jess say?
Jess said it was real.
Yeah.
And she had a person on there, I can't remember his name, that had reported of the body found.
Right.
Right.
So, one to watch.
Yes.
But then, no disrespect to Jess, do these remote viewers not get it wrong sometimes?
Oh yeah, of course they do. They can't be perfect. I mean, it might have been something that she could see. She's always said, didn't she?
Yeah.
Something else.
She's never 100% of it is 100%
this. I saw, and this is what I felt.
Yeah, she can only, like you said, she can only tell you what she witnessed when she's remote viewing. It's like anything.
Yeah.
But the guy that was on there, he had a report of a body.
Right. Well, can I
horse-headed something or other?
Yeah. Can I send this question then back to you, Free? Do you believe it flew out of this woman as she gave birth to it?
No.
No.
See, that's what I mean. So that's a bit I'm not believing. Whether it was the devil, I don't know. I think it was some type of creature. It just happened to be there at the same time.
Yeah.
It was hiding up her skirt.
Yeah. Just waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay then. So
Right.
we're both as well. So flat Earth.
I'm still on the fence with it. I've got a foot either side of the fence on that.
Watch you don't fall off. Depends
I
how
know,
far the
yeah.
fence up is over.
You see, my opinion about that changes week to week as well.
I know. They're hard, aren't they?
There are a lot of pros and cons for both.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
The main one for me is why are we just on a flat surface where all these other planets are spherical? But when they say flat, I'm not taking. It's not like that. It's more electric.
Concave, convex, concave.
No, like a UFO, but just
Right,
one side.
dome shaped.
It's like a dome shape, and then whatever's going on underneath.
Right.
I don't think it's flat, like 0 degrees.
Yeah.
There's some archangel to it. See what I did?
Yeah, got it wrong again. Anyway.
I did it on purpose. No, there's some arch to it. It's not just completely flat. And then obviously you got mountains and dips and seas and valleys and ravines and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's flat.
Out of everyone in the chat and us four here now, how many have been out of the Earth's atmosphere and took a photo of Earth?
Me. Well,
that's true.
We've not. All we have is what NASA are telling us.
Yeah.
And I remember reading somewhere where it said that all photographs that are taken of the Earth from space are fisheye cameras used.
Yeah, and they're all photoshopped. The guy, I've seen an interview with the guy who's been photoshopping it for the last 30 years. Because it's not like, apparently, they Photoshop the clouds. Because if you look at a cloud, it's like the same cloud. It's like just dotted about, and they do it with a few of them.
Yeah.
But how do you explain time zones?
Yeah.
They're about an hour apart. Next.
Right, go, Joe. Pick some of the good ones out of that.
Oh God.
We got remote viewing to do.
Yeah, but flat.
Yeah, but it's like Chris said, how many so I put a thing on TikTok, just say quickly, how many have taken a photo of seeing it flat? So I put a thing on TikTok. If you, whoever you are as a person, you can go up into space and either take a photo of it round or of it flat and bring the evidence back to me.
Yeah, then we'll believe you.
We'll believe you.
Yeah.
There's no proof it's flat. There's no proof it's round. And that, to me, that is a definitive proof. If an individual who's not government agency can go up, take photos, bring it back, and it's probably a giant triangle.
Yeah, probably.
What if Mark Zuckerberg took a picture?
Don't make me.
Mr. Lizard Man himself.
Oh, dearie me.
Right, so
move on.
Rick, this is another thing Rick's just put about the constellations in the sky. Why are we only seeing the same constellations day after day, year after year? Why are we not seeing all these other constellations that are going on? It doesn't make sense. There's hundreds and thousands of billions of stars in the sky, yet we're seeing the same ones. Why are we not seeing the ones? If we're spinning round and traveling through space at like 17,000 miles an hour,
we're not traveling through space allegedly, are we? We're in the same.
Yeah, we're
in the same part of space, but then we're still going round the sun. Takes a year to get round.
Yes,
and it takes 28 days to go to orbit the moon. So we're still going around. We're still in orbit. So why are we seeing the same constellations night after night? Every night I look out the window and see the plough. No, it's not a farmer's field. I know what the plough looks. You know what I mean? Or the Orion's belt. Because we did all that in school. So why are we seeing all the same ones? Why are we not seeing all these other ones?
I want to know why the moon changes different. What is it? It's 1 minute it's there, the next minute it's over there. If it's following the same path, why is it appearing in different areas? Anyway, we could go on all night about that.
Yeah.
But why is the moon bigger and smaller different nights?
We'll get a show on that. We'll get a guest on and go in with that kind of thing.
The moon is a lie, we'll call
It
it.
just said, Andy, if you want the proof, he will send it to you.
Yes,
That's fine.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Right.
I'm happy with that.
Spring Heel Jack.
Yes, true. I believe that.
Yes.
If so, why? And what was he?
No, I don't know what he was. I think he was some sort of little devil. But I do know that the village that I used to live in, a couple of miles from here, in the night, I think it was 1953, they had one night where there was little footprints everywhere, up on walls and on top of hedges in the snow, because there'd been quite a thick snow, up roofs. There was all this stuff in one night that went on. There's only a couple of people that actually are still alive that still remember it, but there's been spates of these all around the country.
Yeah, there are.
So, and the noises, obviously, somebody reported the noises of it running up the thing, and it was heavier than a bird would be, and a bird wouldn't be out at the middle of the night anyway. So, I think so. Yes.
But it was a policeman was one of the first people to witness it happening, because when it knocking on some woman's door and she got frightened, so she called the police.
Yeah, something like that. It was taunting her or something.
And this cop had turned up and he'd seen it like leaping over the fence and on top of the house. And
sorry,
there's all these hoof marks on the roof. Had it been snowing or something?
Hoof on the roofs, didn't it? Yeah, and there was prints and people being.
I'm glad you nearly made me spit me drink all over my keyboard.
You got the next one? Have they? Oh, so what did you say with that? Fact or fake, Andy?
Fact.
I'd say that's fact.
Yeah.
Was it about 5.5, 6 foot tall?
Yeah, some of them. Some have been reported as that tall. This one, the one that you're on about, scared the woman. It had a cape or something on because it opened.
Yes.
It opened its cape.
But didn't they think it was something to do with Jack the Ripper? Because it's the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s.
I don't know. I can't remember that bit. I wouldn't care. I did this on Chris's show a while back.
I'm sure I've heard or read something that there's a lot of is when Jack the Ripper was
speculation
doing his what he did,
Right.
and then disappeared. But then it wasn't seen for like 50, 60 years, and then it just reappeared again and then vanished again.
Yeah, strange. But yeah, fact.
Yeah, I believe that's a fact.
Yeah, right. Right here then. Pixies.
Yes.
100% real.
Definitely.
Why?
Never seen one. Because of people that I've interviewed on here who are highly... They've got a lot to lose by admitting that these things exist and that they've seen them in the jobs that they do.
Yeah.
One of them was Neil Geddes Ward. He's actually him and his ex or his ex-partner or something like that. And for him to do that, I'm just going to pick him because he was one of the main guests that spoke about it.
Yeah.
His job, he works in TV and all that kind of stuff. So he's got quite a lot to lose. Barry Fitzgerald, when he was on, he said that they exist. He's done 25 years working at Ghost Hunters International or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus the stuff he did before that and what he's doing now. So for these type of people to say yes, they are real.
Yeah.
To me, that's enough evidence. Don't need to see one. I might have seen one. I don't know. But then it's like Ruby's put. Many research have not seen anything. I believe in Bigfoot, but never seen one.
No one's ever seen God, and yet millions believe in him.
Yeah.
Would you class, because I have seen one of these, but would you class a leprechaun as a pixie?
Yes.
Yeah.
We people.
Yes. Well, I've seen one of them, so if they're classed as the same, then yes, that's why.
Well, you've got, they call we people because you got like goblins, elves, fae, leprechauns, trolls, all that kind of stuff. But I suppose it depends what part of the world you come from to what your actual
Some of
name
them
of them are.
different names, aren't they? But they're basically the same thing. Like in Cornwall, they're pixies.
Yeah.
Okay.
The little people.
So we think that's fact.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Can I just put this up from Adam?
I love him.
Erwin Saunders, he's funny. But the thing,
Oh,
he
yeah.
admitted that he does it's all CGI. His mate does it for him.
Yeah, it does. No, he's got a thing in CGI. That's his thing.
I thought it was his mate.
No, it's him.
Right. He didn't straight away. It's like he's been got like 5 or 6 years he's been doing it. And it's kind of like it's like a parody, but it is so realistic.
It's brilliant. I love it. I love that one where they were trying to catch boulders. That had me in hysterics.
No, the one with the Nerf gun, he explains that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Please, if you don't watch anything else for the rest of your life,
you've got to watch
Erwin
that.
Saunders and watch the one with the Nerf gun.
That is fun.
You will not be disappointed whatsoever.
He's trying to explain to that couple walking past why he's holding a Nerf gun.
Sat in the woods on his own in the middle of the day. Some like 6-year-old bloke.
Yeah, there you go, you see.
Yeah.
Umbra knows. It's him.
Right, yeah. I knew
somebody to call him.
Because he said he's got his mate that helps him doing the editing for the videos.
Yeah, Tom.
So unless he was just saying that to take it away from himself.
Yeah, probably,
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
anyway.
I do believe Owls, Pixies, Trolls, all that kind of stuff do exist.
Should we move on to remote viewing, Joe?
Let's do the one more because this one.
Okay.
This one's the best.
You've got time. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Fresno night crawlers.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Love these.
I love them, but I'm really not sure.
I think we're not seeing their full apparition. We're only seeing. This is what I was saying before. Like with the shadow people, we're only seeing part of what they actually are.
Why just their legs?
Yeah, I know.
But why
would you walk so slow?
But think about it. If you come from another time or another realm, and evolution has gone a different way, you're not going to look like a human, are you? So say we breathe oxygen. Have you ever watched the movie Titan?
Yeah.
No.
Where they kind of like make these people into hybrids to they send them to, I think is it Neptune's moon, Titan? It's the only other moon planet in our solar system that's slightly inhabitable, but you have to be kind of like transformed a little bit.
Is it a globe?
Is it a globe? No, it's a movie on Amazon.
I'm on about Titan.
No,
Anyway.
fake Mars bar from Aldi. Anyway. So it's anyone want a movie? That's a good movie. Bit slow, but it's definitely worth the wait.
Yeah.
But so why can't, if something breathes a different type of air than us, why can't it be a different type of evolution? Why can they not look different to us? Look at all the mammals that we have on Earth: dogs, cats, tigers, elephants, guinea pigs, hamsters. I know they're classed as rodents, but you know what I mean. There's so many different types of mammals. We all look completely different.
Yeah, but
why do we say they don't look weird? Snakes.
They've all got heads.
The reptiles.
Bodies.
Bats. Ants.
Don't list the whole lot, Andy. I think
I know, they're here for a while.
So the answer,
you know what I mean, though?
Yeah. No, there might not be
to
a
the
need
point
for
of
a head.
everything is so different and it exists on Earth, but we don't think, oh, that looks weird.
Yeah.
So why would not just a pair of legs and a head be any different?
Well, they've got a head, have they?
Well, you look at an octopus, 8 legs and a head, similar sort of thing, or a squid.
That's a good point that Michael's made.
Not that much different.
Oh, that's true, Michael. Hi, by the way.
Yeah, they might be slow as they're not used to, because they look quite floaty. People describe, don't they? They look like they're blowing in the wind. And to me, they look like a tooth, a root of a tooth.
Yeah,
walking tooth.
But what I will say with some of the videos, pictures I've seen of that, they don't match up with some of the witness stories that don't have a picture, but saying it was floaty, it was, you could see through it. When you see some of these videos on YouTube, they look
solid.
solid, yeah, and walking very straight, like they might have photoshopped the rest of a human out. So I think that they're a fact, but I think there's a lot of fake pictures or videos going on.
I've only
Don't hang around when they see them.
Yeah.
I've only ever heard of 2 accounts of people seeing them. That very first one, is it the Fresno
Nicrons?
Yeah, that one. And another one which happened about 3-4 years later. So I thought I had the video on here.
There's a popular one on like YouTube. I think it was on a Fact or Fake show I saw, and it's walking across someone's garden, but it kind of goes under a gate or a fence. And I think there's another one with like 2 of them. But
I've seen the one through the trees where there's a line of them coming down.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I know I've got the video on my computer.
It's just unnerving.
They are. It's just.
I can't find it.
No, don't.
It's weird.
No, but I do. I first time seen that was on Slap Tam.
Yeah, that's where I think that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
If you want to do the last one, then Tom, do one for Deb, do one for Mandy. It's giants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much evidence.
Yeah. Skeletons.
A lot of people say that they're not real, like dinosaurs aren't real.
But I was having this conversation the other day. You've got giants, which are like the biggest person in the world, but they've got a lot of organ defects because the organs don't grow in proportion to the size of the body. But when I say my thing of giants is all in proportion.
Yeah.
Not the type.
You know, is that Japanese video? Looks like it's supposed to be a Nephilim, and it looks like a giant sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
But that's that movie from the 70s. I can't remember the name of it.
Do you remember?
That's a giant.
Do you remember the Guinness Book of World Records? I remember my granny had a copy of that in the 70s, and Robert Wadlow was in there because he was 8'4" or something.
Guy with the glasses.
Yeah, it was the tallest man in the world. Now, if that can happen in these days, then why couldn't that have happened back then?
Yeah, or taller. Yeah.
So yes, I believe that's fact.
The ones that
but then
just got that brain thing that makes them grow tall. They don't grow in proportion, and they get weak legs and all. So
yeah. Well, that's what happened to that Robert. I couldn't remember his name. He had a heart defect because his heart wasn't growing.
That's right.
To the right size, so it wasn't pushing enough blood around his body, and that's why he died. And that was one of the reasons why he died. It wasn't biochemically in ratio to his body.
Yeah,
that's a thing. Michael's just put this up. So octopus apparently are alien creatures. Now I thought this till about 2 months ago, and I was reading something about, because I always thought they couldn't find the DNA of an octopus, but apparently they can. They can actually trace it back. They found a way to trace it back because they thought it might have come in on a meteorite that crashed into the ocean, and then it carried on. But unfortunately, I don't want to be the bearer of the bad news. I'll let Rick do that. There you go. But I spent about 2-3 hours looking this up solid, and it just kept coming up back saying that it has been identified that it does stem from its origin is Earth. So I was gutted as well. Very gutted.
I love octopi Sazuzas.
Hey?
I love octopi Sazuzas or whatever they are. Octopi.
Do you know we put that information? Do you know put that information up about octopus being from Earth? Zuckerberg.
Oh God! He's up again. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.
Thanks for answering all those guys. That's
Thank you.
Over to you then.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
Just quickly. Sorry. Can I just do this quickly?
Yeah.
I've just keep putting that up.
The DNA doesn't identify with anything else on Earth, but it's the genetics of it. There's something in that proves it's not from elsewhere. Because I was sorry, Rick. I was gutted that it wasn't an alien creature. Not that I proved the fact. I was gutted that an octopus wasn't from somewhere else.
They're very
That
clever,
was it.
though.
They are.
Oh yeah.
They're right escape artists.
And if you can't open a jar of coffee, buy an octopus.
Exactly.
There you go.
Right.
Sorry
So
about
we're going to move on. We're going to try a bit of remote viewing, or Andy and Deb are, and anyone in the chat. So there's a picture that we can reveal. How
can we
long do you want for this?
Right. So am I looking at this picture now that you've sent me?
No. You
Right.
and Deb and people in the chat are going to have a go. So
Right.
you need a pencil, pen, and paper because you need to show us what you've tried to.
Can I
draw
just
as
prove that I've not opened this picture?
I need a pen.
So
Right.
It's still there.
there you go. So you can see
well?
third
Not
one
cheating.
down. Third one down. It has not been opened because it's still
Is
blue.
it? Can I just
see
ask?
it?
Yeah. Is it a simple drawing of something?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a photograph of something.
A photograph,
So,
right?
Yeah, so it's not hand drawn. It's,
In the
it's
UK.
a photo of something.
It's in the UK.
So
Right.
just take your mind, do a little bit of scribbling.
Joe say from the UK.
Yeah, no more clues. Because you're supposed to use the power of your mind. Hopefully some people in the chat are going to have a go and pop in the chat the guesses. And we'll have a little read out and a shout out. And let's have a look, see who we got in the chat. We got Justin Apple, Rick Allen, Umbra Man, Ruby, Lottie. Have you had your curry yet? Michael, Kelly, Baby with a Laser, V's in, Adam's in, Ryan's in, Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson says, is it a Lamborghini? Baby with a Laser, Etihad Stadium. A chocolate chip cookie, Adam. Lottie, yep, I burnt those, still ate it. Nice one. Did you have cheesy peas with that as well?
Can I just say I'm crap at drawing?
Doesn't have to be perfect. It's what your mind. There might be elements, right?
Andy, you could have asked your spirit guide.
No, I think
Yes.
I've got it.
Or get your dowsing. Get your little dowser out.
No, I don't want to cheat.
Well, it's not cheating, is it? It proves that, yeah.
Well, yeah.
And then I don't want the spirit guide to be taking the mickey and making me look stupid. I can do that on my own.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Oi!
Did I say that
Thanks
out
everyone
loud?
for
You're
watching.
supposed to just think this stuff. Told you
Sorry.
before.
Justin Apple, is it a sharp implement? I'm getting a garlic press.
Sorry.
Kelly says boats on water.
No, Kelly,
Get your
it's
guesses
boats
coming
on,
in.
it's boats on rice.
Andy, you're not drawing an arch, are you?
No.
Probably.
An archangel.
Angel of the North.
Got somebody pretty close.
V's put gateway.
I was
Anyone else
born
wanna have
ready,
a guess?
Rick. Don't worry about. Oh, Rick, I've got a new email address.
And no, it's not cheesy peas.
Cheesy
Andy, you're
peas.
supposed to be concentrating here.
Yeah, sorry. I just need to tell Rick my email address is Andy at the 12thdimension.co.uk. All lowercase, all letters, no numbers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just say yes, Rick. Michael said sword and a ship.
Oh,
Schwip.
Let's have a quick look at that.
an amoeba. Funnily enough, that's what I've drawn.
Deborah, all your drawings look like amoebas. Don't
Shut
worry about
it.
it. Look at your
My
green
green
man,
mountain,
for God's
My
sake.
green man was out of this world.
Blackpool Tower,
Definitely.
says Stuart.
Like an octopus.
Simon Riley, Stone Circle. Has Umbra had a guess yet? Clean guesses, Umbra.
Yeah. Keep it
Ones
clean.
I can read out.
Yeah.
Umbra's going to draw a stickleback.
Yeah. Oh, his fish pictures are amazing.
Have you seen these bird ones?
Yes.
What?
Brilliant.
Excuse
isn't it?
me.
Bird.
Brilliant.
I've
Bird.
not got them pictures.
Not them sort of pictures.
Is
Kelly's
it Mark
saying it's Mark.
Zuckerberg? Oh, Kelly, you're a star.
Nearly.
Don't know why I'm elaborating on this because it's probably not right anyway. Just
We're
Come
not
on,
putting
yeah,
a bit of
the
detail in there.
anticipation
It's just for a
is
bit of
killing
fun.
me.
It's
Just
just,
adding a
for
beard.
fun.
I'm just adding a beard to mine.
Umbra, they weren't pictures. They were 10-second videos. And that
Oh,
can never be unseen. I actually do need to speak to you, Umbra, about the Christmas special. So let us know when you're free, because I need to have a proper chat with you.
he's never free no more.
Thank you.
Oh, Joe's being neglected.
So yeah, I am. Don't talk to me no more.
Why?
Too busy.
10 seconds will do.
Yeah.
You know,
God.
can I retract that?
Kelly is Andy in a thong.
Umbra's just put 10 seconds about my limit. I put 10 seconds all day. If anyone could tune into that, very, very wrong.
Very wrong.
Right,
Do
how
you
long have
guys
we
need
got?
more time, or
I
Yeah.
feel like there should be a countdown. Do 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 boo.
Do you want to count down?
Pencils down.
Umbra says College and Film Club has run me ragged.
There
Yeah,
you go,
no,
you
but-
see. Busy.
But
Andy, you're such a smooth talker. Has he got your new email address as well, Andy?
Yeah. You can send his dirty pictures to you.
it's public, everyone can get it.
Cover.
What about the other one?
Yeah.
Right.
I
Do you
don't-
folks want to show us what you've done, or do you need a little bit more
Do I
time?
have to?
No. Right, go on, Deborah.
Yes. Oh, I can't
There
see
you
A
go.
it.
blank page.
I didn't see
Wonderful.
it.
It's too shiny.
Tilt
Ooh.
it left.
Well,
Ooh.
There you go.
Wow, that's really close.
That Blackpool Tower.
sort of, yeah.
It's like
That's really good.
I thought it's a lighthouse.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's not really.
I thought the same thing. How weird.
Mm. So you both saw or thought it would be a tower,
Yes.
Straight away.
Straight
but
away.
you, Andy, you both think a Blackpool Tower though.
Yes.
Loads
Okay.
of that.
Well, I drew a tower and then I thought I'll name it Blackpool.
Uh,
I should have done that 100 odd years ago. I'd
Yeah,
have
you
made
should.
millions.
I made a mint.
do you want to reveal the picture?
tower.
Share it.
Right. So 1
See
second.
if there's any more guesses in
I'll
there.
tell you.
Ooh.
Pretty close.
1
Not-
second. I just need to transfer it from here to it is an overlay. Add,
As soon
download.
He does that.
as, soon as my pen hit the paper, I didn't know what it was when I opened the book and took the top off my pen. But as soon as my pen went, oh no, yeah.
Look how close you are.
But-
So, being
That is-
distracted, you've got the tower going
That
on.
Can I wrote Blackpool on it afterwards.
I didn't
Sure.
write anything on it.
No,
Really close, isn't it?
I
Debs
can't-
is really good at sketching.
And didn't it used to have a triangle clock in the middle?
No.
Oh look, there's a Thames at the bottom.
No, Andrew. You're making it all up now like you normally do.
He's robbing out Blackpool Tower now.
Yeah. I didn't name mine, you see.
So that was a distracted attempt with
Yes.
Umbra and stuff. So I
That was
reckon
good.
you guys
Stuart
need to have a.
Farrington put Blackpool Tower as well.
Yes.
Mm.
Adam said the Amoeba Tower. That was funny.
So well
like
done,
that.
everyone having a go at that. I think we need to try it
Thank you.
again at some point.
Yeah, good. So now you can just ask questions for the last 10 minutes.
I've
Yes.
got some messages to read out as well. Have I got about 10 minutes?
Some of them, yeah.
Yep.
Because there's some
We've
people
got-
hanging around in chat that have kindly contributed.
Oh, 1 second, I broke my pen. Effing Poundland.
I've got a rubbable out of
Oh,
it pen.
I've got a child school pen.
Well, I
Mine's got
said
a
upgrade
rubber.
from a crayon.
They've
Rubber's
got
I
Yeah.
ate them. I was
Deb,
hungry.
where's your magic wand?
Yeah, well, this doubles as a magic one.
So I'm going to read some messages out.
Yes.
Sorry. Quickly, just before you do that.
Big Ben has started the hammer in about this. Well done, Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Spending a lot of time in London.
Thank you, Rick.
Well, Deb's vanished. I need Deb
See you
in the
later,
chat.
pal. Thanks for
I'm
joining.
here. I'm here.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to read out. You might be able to guess who they're from.
Oh, God.
So I'm not sure if I've seen this one in the chat today, actually.
Hi, Paul.
So I asked some people if they wanted to leave some messages. So one of my responses was, well, basically, Andy, read anything, and asked Deb about something in the toilet. So you might have a...
Craig Bryant.
Something in the toilet. Oh my God, yeah.
Craig. As soon as he said something in the toilet, I knew
Can-
straight away what that
Can
was.
I talk about that, do you think?
You could tell them what we saw. I've
Right.
actually got a photograph of
I
it.
don't know. I just put a shocked face and I got a lot of laughing faces back and you asked. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
The reason, can I just say, I won't
No.
actually eat anything. So Craig, when we went doing the filming, Craig got a kebab at like 11 o'clock in the morning and he had chips with it and he didn't want the chips because they're like really thin French fries and he asked me, did I want them? So I said, yeah. And that was it. So I won't eat anything. I'll eat chips.
He'll eat anything that nobody else wants. You know, in the toilet, this was kind of like
A summer house, guest house.
a bit of a barn conversion type thing, wasn't it? Where we did the filming.
So yeah, so the guy the producer guy, it was his friend's property. The location that we were supposed to be going to, they let him down at the last minute. So he asked his mate, could he use his guest house?
Yeah.
So it is like a big barn conversion. Downstairs is a living room and a toilet. Upstairs is like an open kitchen, chill out area.
Yeah.
And that's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah. So Craig went to the toilet, came back up and said, I think we've been conned. I don't think we're filming a paranormal series. I think it's a porn film. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
And he said,
And then he just starts laughing, doesn't he?
yeah. And then he went, there's a condom in the toilet next to the toilet downstairs. And I'm thinking in a packet, like in the paper. So anyway, I'm like, no, they're in. And he's like, there is. And I went downstairs and I sat on the loo and I looked down at the side of me and there's a condom on the floor, unwrapped, at the side of the toilet.
No,
Oh, what?
no, Deborah.
No, what?
It wasn't. There wasn't one unwrapped. There was one that had been opened and was on the top bit of it there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It wasn't in the wrapper. I was expecting like a condom that had fallen out of somebody's wallet in the paper.
Oh, here we go.
Oh God.
Oh, no, you haven't got a picture, have you?
So
Yeah, it was down on the floor near the pipe.
there,
So they were all panicking just in case it was.
there you go.
Oh, that's right.
So God knows what had been going on in there before we got there.
I don't know why Andy felt the need to take a picture of it too.
Because he's weird like that.
No, but would it exist if we didn't have the proof?
So
Exactly.
you knew it was just coming. You had a
I was
premonition.
just about to say it wasn't vibrating at a different frequency, but at the time it may well have been doing.
And it's a clear picture, not a blur.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
so glad it hadn't been used.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
So correct, Craig Bryant. Thank you.
Where's the
for
rest?
that.
Where's the rest of it?
well, yeah.
I think we left it there. Oh,
We
I'll
left
ask
it there.
Craig. Craig, what were you doing?
Isn't it funny how Craig found it? Maybe he
I was just
planted
going to
it.
say that.
Dirty
I'll
boy.
follow up with another question. So
Go on.
this is compliments.
Oh.
Andy and Deb, it was such a pleasure to be interviewed by the same duo as the famous Andrew Collins.
Oh.
Andy, I'm glad you got your phone up and so grateful you were on for a 3 a.m. interview when healing up. Andy and Deb, hang on, I finished. Andy and Deb, thank you for helping me feel so welcome on your show and inviting me back for an episode with Michaela. And there's a question. Ever been lost in the woods on your way to work?
No.
Right.
That's
So
all from the same person.
as soon as you said Andrew Collins, I knew straight away who it was. Deborah, do you know?
No.
Michael Kopf.
Oh, Michael. Yeah, of course, yeah. It's all right. My brain's gone numb.
Oh dear. Sorry, Michael.
Sorry,
I'll
Michael.
apologise for her.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank
I've
you.
Michael.
I've never got lost going to work ever.
You might.
I've got,
I'll wait and see if something pops up in the chat about that.
yeah, Michael, can you elaborate on that? Because it depends, though. If you're a witch and you work in the woods, or you're an elf or a pixie or something, then you're not really going to get lost. You're just in the right place, aren't you?
It's you on the way to work. We do go down some dodgy roads.
Yeah, you do.
Very.
Yeah.
Some of them today, nightmare.
He loses houses.
What?
I said you lose houses. Can't find them.
Yeah.
Well, vanishing house, told you.
Right, I'm going to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So this message is for Andy. Andy, if you were to have a doppelganger, although this person is not British, who would it be?
Sean Chowden.
Your twin.
Yes.
Your twin.
My twin from Rhode Island.
Yes. Creepy.
Spot on. Spot on.
He's coming back on soon.
Yay.
He's going to co-host.
Yes.
I've got a couple of long ones. I'm just seeing if I've got any short ones left.
Right, sorry.
And he also...
Right.
I always take random turns, but
Yeah.
luckily I have a sat nav. So I don't... Technically, I don't know where I am, but the sat nav gets me to where I need to go.
Well, sometimes.
Well, yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah. Right, sorry, go on, Nick.
Not yet. Nearly. That's a nearly. He also followed up saying that during the Q&A, he didn't know what some of the questions meant, so he looked them up on his cell. And he thought, I've no shame, at least I was honest. So that was when Sean was on the show.
Yeah.
Just beware of the language barrier next time he's on.
Yeah.
Be less mank if you can, Andy.
Okay.
No chance.
So I've got a couple of long ones, so I'm going to go into Messenger for, because when I screenshotted them, I lost half of them. Right, so... Oh, well done. I've got another one up here. Missed off.
Put that one up for
This was a thank you as well for having this person on the show. They're going to be sending a UFO to pick you up soon. Please be sure to pack snacks. See you on the mothership.
Earl Grey.
Do you think?
Maybe. Oh, George.
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 Mr. Mitrovic.
It's a UFO guy.
Oh, Steve Mera. Oh.
No. Earl.
This is a tricky one.
Paul Ayscough. No.
You haven't said it yet, no. Do you want to
I'd say Earl because I'm quite good friends with Earl.
We haven't said it yet.
It's not Earl, but I would have said the same. Yeah.
Give us a clue.
He's coming back on your show with a guest, female guest.
Oh.
I don't know if I talk about
Preston.
it.
Preston Dennett.
Preston Dennett.
Excellent. See you on the mothership.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
With Dolly.
With Dolly, yeah.
This one repeats when I read it, but I'm not sure if it's meant to, but you might guess anyway with this.
Right.
So, one night in 1634 in Wiltshire, England, a Mr. Hart was assaulted by a group of elves one night. Whilst walking over the downs, he saw an innumerable quantity of pygmies, or very small people dancing in a typical fairy ring and making all manner of small, odd noises. Hart was very amazed, but was not able to run away from them. Yeah, I've got to keep going. How do you know?
I just is the way it's written.
Yeah.
Being, as he supposes, kept in a kind of enchantment, fell into a ground in a daze. The little creatures surrounded their prey and pinched him all over and made all sorts of quick humming noise at the time. There might be 80 volumes to this one, but
Did he do
I'll
the
finish up.
noise? Did he send you an audio of the noise?
I need the action. I know. I really wish this was a video audio. This one. And it repeats a bit. The same again.
Yeah. A bit like him.
We
Yeah.
love George.
The little
Can
creature
I-
surrounded him, pinched him. Yeah, he repeats, like I said. But he woke up in the centre
Yeah.
of a ring pressed of grass, a fairy ring. This relation I had from him myself a few days after he was tormented, writes Aubrey.
Ooh.
We've
Can
got
I
to do
just tell you, I had a half an hour conversation with him yesterday morning about the time difference between the UK and New South Wales. And he actually put, F it, I can't actually work out the time between it. You're
Oh.
going to have to do it. Blah, blah, blah. So I sent him a screenshot of like, we'll clock times. And he sent one back saying, yes, George says 6:30 a.m. And this went on for about half an hour. It was so funny. So, yeah.
Sorry.
All right, I've got another one, and then I think that's all of them that come in. So thank you to everyone that contributed. The last one is a story as well. Might be fact, might be faked.
Ooh.
Is it true that Andy and Deb nearly met Umbra back in the early 90s? I heard that you all once arranged to meet at the famous Manchester pub, the Mullet and Probe, for a slap-up meal of cheesy peas and a pint of Mad Dog 2020. You could get it in pints if you sent Deb to ask.
Lottie.
That you even arranged to be wearing matching baggy Joe Bloggs jumpers and dodgy press-stud-legged tracksuit bottoms because of the bromance. Debs went for the significantly more classy neon lipstick and eyeshadow with the best attempt at world's most backcomb massive hair.
Yeah.
And Kappa tracksuit with shockingly cropped top that dared gravity to move another inch.
Yes.
And a self-piercing that only the very bold would ever get to see. Speaking of dodgy barnets, Andy had now evolved beyond the mullet and directly onto the shifty undercut parted in pristine curtains, matched with an optimistic new thin tash, entering into a new phase of wearing John Lennon.
That's Umbra.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm
Lottie.
finished. Lottie. Oh, we got John Lennon shades even in the dark, and adopting a walk that in the 50s would have got you either immediate medical attention from an orthopaedic surgeon or sections without the possibility of release. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, as the night before, Andy decided to sneak out to Datura Rave in Nottingham. This is where disaster struck. Someone had mixed up the party chemicals, which meant all the checked-in filofaxes had either been eaten by a heavily sweating bouncer, convinced they were free Walker's beef crisps, or thrown out of the window at the imaginary dragon army led by a sentient pioneer A400 hi-fi system, blaring out Ebenezer Good by the Shaman.
I play that every now and again.
I remember this night.
Fact or fiction? And that was where Andy had kept all Umbra's details, and so neither Andy, Deb, or Umbra were able to contact each other to meet up to compliment each other on how white each other's new trainers were.
Definitely Umbra.
A little bit
I
more.
have definitely met him in the 90s.
The trauma took such a toll on them, all that it wasn't until Codes they managed to get together again for the Halloween live stream, and they all lived happy ever after.
That's
Huzzah.
true.
Or at least
Umbra.
that is what written in Manchester's favourite pub, the Mullet and Probe, on the ladies' cubicles. Also, according to the same cubicles, if you call Joe Weeks on 0793 and ask for the special with the ice and baby oil, apparently you won't be disappointed.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Wait.
Umbra.
I remember that
true
night.
story.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Michael.
I remember the trainers bit. And
Do you remember me
Ebenezer
doing the
Good.
big fish, little fish cardboard box?
No.
No, you were spaced out.
He was dancing
Yeah.
around the
Most
outside.
probably.
Yeah.
But it was a good night.
Yeah. It
Now
was,
we've got all the now I've got all the details.
yeah.
So you don't need that regression course now, Deb.
That's
No,
it.
We've just had it.
I'm back there.
Am I allowed to ask about the Amazon Prime series, or is that going to be held for another
Hell.
time?
Mm.
Is that still? Are you allowed
We've
to
not
have a
heard
little
anything
bit?
since.
The last I heard was they're putting it all together and they're doing the reconstructions of monsters and stuff to go with it.
Mm.
And like the video clips and images.
Yeah.
But
But
Can I tell you all about what we've got?
No.
What's coming up in February? For those who are not on Facebook.
You're not
be
telling
fair.
anybody what's happening in February. It's just going to be.
No. So in February, it's a 4-part. No. So we've not got any guests coming on. We're not doing any investigations.
No.
The 4 Fridays in February, from the 3rd to the 24th, we will have a secret guest host.
Yes.
We are talking about one particular subject.
Yes.
So there's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So we're doing 10 hours in total. They're all going to be 2.5 hours long. There's a lot of research going into it.
Oh, yeah.
2 reasons I'm not saying anything. We don't want anyone else stealing our... Well, it weren't even my idea. It was the other person's idea.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of like put it all back together. I'm going to speak to that person tomorrow morning at some point. Just to arrange the ins and outs of it. Then we're all going to do our research. You'll find out what's happening on the first one, and then it'll kick off from there.
Yes.
So it will drip feed you. So as it gets nearer the time, you'll find out a little bit more, maybe who the other person could be.
The first one will be the 3rd of February.
Yeah, the first is the 3rd of February. And then...
No, the 3rd is the 3rd of February.
3rd of February, yeah. So that'll be all the information on what we're going to be talking about over the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
exciting, and you're all going to love
exciting.
it. We know you're going to love it. So,
and it's not, even though we're only talking about one thing, it's not one thing.
No,
and that's all I'm telling you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So there.
Yes.
Something to look forward to in February, because February is like heading towards spring. So it's been a nice little sojourn.
Lottie's just put breadcrumbs. So yes, we're going to take you to the witch's house made out of gingerbread.
Yeah, that'll be lovely.
If Andy hasn't made it all.
Yeah, so sorry we can't tell you anything more about Amazon. Because we don't know anything.
No, we don't.
To be honest with you.
All we know is it's coming out in spring.
Yes.
It's all coming out in spring.
But it's coming out in spring last year. Don't forget.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
This year, sorry.
Anyway, sorted.
Yeah, there's no one else.
Right, there are some questions left.
All right, go on then.
Do you want to do these questions quickly?
Yeah.
Right. Start with top one.
Yeah, do a quick fire.
Have you come across cryptid spirits with different colour eyes? I've not come across them in the first instance.
Nor have I.
Yes,
red is the colour people were saying. That I don't think I've heard of anything other than red, if any colour.
Red and amber.
Anubis was a greeny, yellowy, orangey colour.
Yeah.
Never seen that colour before in my life.
The only cryptid I've seen, I couldn't see its eyes, but I knew it was staring at me. I couldn't see its eyes, so I couldn't tell you what colour they were.
No.
So that's me.
Right. I'll do the next question. This is from Rick to Joe Nicname.
Mm-hmm.
What is your sense regarding this channel?
It's like the gingerbread house.
Yes. Draws you in.
Yeah. It draws you in.
Yeah.
I met Andy way back before YouTube was even here, and I was just drawn to the group then, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah.
The animal magnetism.
That's the
thing.
That's the thing.
And Ryan.
Okay. Have any of the else any memorable paranormal experiences? What to share? We've done that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that. Sorry, I didn't take the star off that.
Oh no, it's okay. Right, next one. This is from Umbra. Obviously, it was from Umbra. I didn't even have to look at the name. Which Ghostbuster would you be? And would you cross streams? I bet Andy's cross streams more than once.
Yeah.
He's got river jumping. I know they said river dancing then, but definitely not.
Which Ghostbuster?
I don't really know Ghostbusters that well to say which one I'd be, to be honest.
I wouldn't be any of them.
Even though I've seen the new one.
I'd be Bill Murray.
Yeah, I'd probably be a boring one.
I don't know the character's name. Egon, the tall guy with glasses.
I'd probably be that one.
I'd be Dan Aykroyd, I think, if I had to choose.
Oh.
I'd be the baddie. I wouldn't be a Ghostbuster.
You'd be Slimer.
You'd be Slimer. I was just going to say that.
I'll be one of
Oh,
those.
Marshmallow Man.
those
Yeah.
right.
Okay, you kind of answered this one, Joe, but I'm going to throw it up anyway.
The Stay Puff.
What single event made Nicname come to the channel?
I wasn't well, was I, Andy? And I was messaging you about guests.
Yeah, did you have COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to be really ill to be wanting to be here.
Really ill. I thought I was
I
dying.
thought I was going to die. Yeah.
Well, that's not a compliment. I don't know what it is.
It's a true story, I
Nothing
think.
better to do.
Right, this is from Baby with a Laser.
Yes.
Welcome. When I've had spooky experiences, I've noticed that there's always been a very long pause afterwards while I process it. Is this a panel's experience too?
Don't know, because I usually go to sleep after mine.
Yes. When I've seen stuff, it's like everything kind of like slows down around me. It takes about 5-10 minutes for everything to like sink in what's happened, and then I go from there. Sometimes it can take days, depending what it is and what's happened and where.
I'd say the same, because when I saw my dad, I mean, that took me a long time to process that in my head, to actually believe that it was my dad, even though I know it was just hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to remove some of these because we kind of covered them.
Yeah.
Right, Joe, you've got to be quick on this one. How do you get interested in Dogman, and what would you do if you see one? What would you actually do? Not what you would like to do.
Well,
What do you think in reality would actually happen?
I think I'd just stand there and look at it. I honestly do. I just think I ain't going to run away. If it's going to kill me, it's going to kill me. But I want to see one. So I'd probably just stand there and stare.
See, you need to see one once you got your new knee. At least you got a bit of a fighting chance.
Yeah.
No point now. You
crutches I can hit it with.
Yeah. So why? What's the big obsession with Dogman? What?
It wasn't. It started when I was around 3, and my fascination has always been with Native Americans and wolves. And so the whole wolf thing then went to werewolves. Then I learnt about dogmen. So it's just gone on from wolves.
Progressed.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to put this one up. This is for you, Free, because I don't even know where it is. Baby with a Laser again. Any experiences at Humidras? Humidras?
Humidras.
You'll have to Google that.
No idea.
I know about hums, but that's not the same thing, is it?
No, I'm not sure what that is. That's why I avoided it and sent it to you, Free.
Oh.
Thank you for that.
It's all right anytime. Right. So that's that one. Rick wants to know about this portal that's seen. Have we got time? Take me 2 minutes.
I'm all right.
Go on then. Do 2 minutes.
So I used to work in Bolton. I was driving back towards the centre of Manchester. It was a Friday afternoon. I was in the boss's car. This is how I remember it more than anything else. The boss was using my van to move some furniture over the weekend. He had a Honda Civic. So I'm going down the East Lancs Road. Well, the A666, M61 and the A580, where they all merge in Swinton and Worsley. That's where I'm from. So as I'm coming round, it's like clear day, blue skies, nothing, not a cloud in the sky. The car had just overtook me, and for whatever I was only doing about 50, 55, even though I could do 70. For some reason, I'm only just remembering this now. For some reason, I slowed down, and there's a big spur as you go around. It probably lasts about a mile and a half. Might not even be that much, I don't know. But it's quite, you're on this big bend for quite a while. So as I'm coming round, I just see, I can never remember which way it was. It was like a silver object in the sky, and it either lit up. No, it didn't light up. It was a silver object in the sky. It did a blue streak across the sky. It then, the end of it, so it went from left to right as I'm looking at it. As this blue streak stopped, it then lit up red. Something opened in the sky. It went through it, and then it all closed in on itself and vanished. So I reckon I was about in a straight line 4 miles from the centre of Manchester. This thing was about 2 miles away from where I was, and I'd say it was at least 1,000 feet up in the air.
Wow.
And that was it. It happened as quick as I told you. And I pulled over on the hard show. It actually made me feel sick. So that was that. And that was about 96, 97. So something was in the sky. The sky, it streaked across the sky.
Was it daylight?
Yeah, it was like
Right.
Friday afternoon. We used to finish work about 1:30 on a Friday. Sometimes I used to stay late to help him sort everything out ready for Monday morning. So we do that, tidy the warehouse up and what have you, and get all the stuff ready for going out on a Monday.
Yeah.
So I'd never finish later than 2:30.
Right.
So even if it was winter, it's still light and bright, and
Yeah.
it's a pure blue sky. And it's just a silver thing in the sky. Couldn't tell you what shape it was or anything. I didn't even notice the shape of it. And it just did a solid horizontal. It wasn't at an angle. It was just horizontal, or it looked horizontal.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was about 2 miles away. So this line, if I had this line in front of me, my eyes there now, it was 2 inches long. So it just went.
Right. Yeah.
Sky opened. It went bright red. I mean, proper bright blood red. It went through it, and then it all just closed, and that was it. And
Right.
that made me feel physically sick. Don't know
Yeah.
why. There's no other emotion with it. And I've just always
Yeah.
thought about what it was. And it wasn't until Jodie Cook came on and was talking to him that I realised it was a portal that I'd seen opening up.
Right.
Excuse me. I didn't think of it like that. I just seen a UFO in the sky. It made a colour, it changed colour, and then it vanished. But thinking back, it definitely opened and closed. Whatever it was, couldn't tell you.
Strange.
No noise, no smoke, no after effect. As soon as it closed, there's nothing else there. It's like it never existed.
Yeah. Bizarre.
But then why was I slowing down as I'm coming round? I'm normally foot to the floor,
Yeah.
doing 70 at the most.
Eames.
So why was I slowing down? There's nothing out. There's one car overtook me. There's nothing else in front of me. Nothing behind me. I slowed down for a reason. Must have done.
It's
There
for
you go.
you to see.
They wanted you to see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They wanted you to see.
Or you can play MZ again.
No, he did. He went around then.
Or Elon. No.
I think I'm a little bit older than him.
Just
So
like,
he might have been in. Oh, it could have been incoming to Earth.
it could have been, yeah, when they dropped him off.
Yeah. Well,
The
are they
pod-
coming back for him?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Suddenly disappears, we'll know he's gone.
Can they hurry up?
Eccentric.
I want my old Facebook account back. Got loads of stuff on there.
Not trying to leave you that though.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So that was one of the most significant encounters I've had. I'd say I've had 4 biggies.
Yeah.
And
So,
you're going to get more.
Oh yeah, it's ramping up.
too tired.
It is.
Too old.
Yeah,
I am.
very old.
You are oldest one of us all.
No, he's not. I am.
No, you're not. I am.
No, you are actually. Yeah, not me. God, I feel you.
74, 75.
Dead.
Cheeky soul. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us. Thank
Yeah,
you to Joe and Nick for hosting.
Thank you for being our guests tonight.
Thank you for being our guest and doing the audience.
I hope everyone in chat is still hanging around and
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not go till we go.
not giving up on us yet.
No,
we didn't kill no
Yeah.
one
Thanks for trusting us
to
tonight.
do it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you use the word trust very loosely there.
yeah,
So do you know what? It's been better than I thought it was going to be.
I've enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's been really difficult for me to not do what I normally do.
Yeah,
I was saying to Deb in the break,
Can we
it's
come on?
so hard to not jump in and do what we normally do.
Can
So
we
Yeah.
come on again?
thank you.
And can I have a request? Can we have a story from Umber every month?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we should. Yeah,
you can have a
Umbrella.
creepy story of the month.
From Umber. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, but that'll just be like
freaky story of the month.
Yeah.
that would just be him going to the shop and back again. That
Yeah,
could be any of his journeys in life ever.
it could, yeah.
Oh dear.
But no, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
But
you everyone for joining us on us.
And a special thank you to those that sent the messages into Nicname.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're expecting that. So thank you guys.
Loved it.
Yes.
And now can we go?
Yes.
Do you
I
want
need
to
to-
run the outro?
Right.
We'll have to have a part 2 then. We'll do part 2.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you two now need to thank everyone, like the moderators.
Yeah.
I did. I thanked you for moderating.
All right, I'll let you off.
Already done it.
Yeah. So, we've got one more thing.
Oh, don't ask me because I.
Oh, who's
You
on
know,
Who is on next week, Deb?
It's I have no idea.
stop
She knows.
cheating.
She knows. It's Terry Lynch, is it?
And who is she and what does she do?
She's MUFON's director, is it? Or in
Yes.
somewhere.
She does a similar role to what Earl Grey
Earl
does.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. And then who's on the week after?
Oh God.
I don't bloody know.
Joel's twin.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Costa.
He does C5 and the Arbs and all that kind of stuff. He's really good friends with David Blanchett. If you don't know who he is, go on Facebook and check him out, or even Google his name.
Or watch the show.
Yes, I'll do that.
Oh no. Who is on Wednesday, Deborah?
I have no idea.
So the guy who's coming on Wednesday, yes.
Yes.
Don't let him brainwash you and make you buy something you didn't know you needed.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He's called Eric Mintle.
Yes.
And he'll make you buy things and think it's funny that you've done it.
Yeah.
But he's a really good laugh. He's a ufologist. He's been doing it for over 35 years. You may have seen him on a Thursday show that some of you guys watch. He was on there. And then just started chatting to him and we've had a bit of a laugh since. So just careful when he's talking because I think he was part of MK Ultra and he'll make you buy stuff that you really don't actually need.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
But no, he's a proper sound funny guy. So you'll like that. So that's Wednesday. Then we've got Terry Lynch on Friday. Costa the week after.
Yeah.
Nothing the week after that.
Yeah.
What I was laughing
Then
at.
we have a founder member on the 16th of December.
Yes.
Don't we, Mr. Me?
Yes, we do, Mr. Me, don't we? Yes.
Then it's a Christmas special. Then it's New Year. And that's very special. And there definitely won't be any videos. Then we've got Preston and Dolly
Yes.
on the 6th of January. The biggie for next year, not that any of the others aren't, are Steve Mera and Barry Fitzgerald on Wednesday, the 11th of January.
Yeah.
That is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
I can't believe they both said, yeah, they'll come on. And they do work together anyway and what have you.
Yeah.
So then we have a surprise person on the Friday the 13th, which is quite
Yes.
Good for the day of who it is and the day. I think that's quite appropriate.
Yes, very
It's a good
appropriate.
one.
Gonna blow
Then
your mind.
maybe an investigation on the 20th, nothing the week after, and then February is pure part 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes. Of a subject.
Yes.
So that's us.
Yeah, so don't forget, we'll see you on Wednesday for the brainwasher guy, Mr. Mintle. But no, he does a quartet as well, you know. Eric Mintle
What?
Quartet. He's
So
on
do
tour. Yeah, but he can sing and play instruments.
I've got a triangle. Wonky now, but I've got one.
Got a glass, empty glass.
Yeah. No, that didn't work, did it?
No. Didn't expect it to work. So, yeah, right. So, are you guys want to do the outro?
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Deb and Andy, for being our guests.
Thank you.
See you all soon.
See you all later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a great weekend and see you Wednesday. Don't forget.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Bye.